may break my bones, but nothing will ever kill me.
Hey everybody, what's going on? How are you all doing tonight on this Thursday? I don't even know what day it is. What is it? November 3rd. Finally through the Halloween shenanigans and now onto a new franchise to talk about. And it's a franchise that I have never talked about on the channel before. And as far as you guys know, I am not a huge Nightmare on Elm Street fan, even though most of you think I am a closet Freddy guy. I am not, even though I am wearing a Nightmare on Elm Street shirt and I got a glove and a figure, but that's beside the point. But I needed somebody here tonight to help me kick off my Nightmare on Elm Street watch series. That's what you guys wanted me to do. I put the poll up. This is what won. So I'm probably going to watch it and then do a review later in the week. But I wanted to kick off the opening night with a bang. Somebody who I've never had on the channel before, but is a huge, huge Fred head. Christian from Planet CHH, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the channel, Christian. Appreciate you coming on.
Oh, absolutely. Thanks for asking me.
No problem. I've been trying to get you on for a while, but the last time, you were ready to come on and then I canceled. So that was on me, but luckily you came on tonight to, I believe this is your favorite franchise up there with Return of the Living Dead series, I believe.
Yeah, I really wouldn't call Return a franchise per se. So yeah, it's my favorite.
There you go. I'm used to having Halloween people on here and Friday the 13th. Never have a Nightmare person on here for some reason. I don't know why that is. I don't know. It just doesn't get the love the other two get. I mean, for me personally, I'm not a huge Freddy guy. Never have been. But I'm willing to give them all a fair shake. I haven't watched them in a very long time. And I figured, why not invite somebody who loves Freddy with a passion to come on here with me and see if he can maybe, give me some reasons why I should dive into the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise a little bit more. So that's why I wanted to bring you on tonight, Christian. I've always have Nick on all the time, so I wanted to get the other half of Unita on. So glad you came on tonight.
I'm glad to be here, man. Glad to be here.
I appreciate it. And I'm going to be honest, you seem a lot wiser and more mature than me. And I know I believe you're younger than me, if I'm not mistaken. So you're definitely wise beyond your years, my friend, because I come on here like a child, and everything you spit out is very well thought and educated. So congrats to you on that as well.
I'll take the compliment. How old are you?
I'm 34.
Okay, I'm 30. So
we're close. We're close.
We're in the ballpark.
All right, guys. Hey, let me say hello to who's here real quick. We got Boogman, what's up? Brandon, Antonis, Lamontra, Mud Nelson, what's up? Courtney Reed with the $2 super chat. I appreciate that, buddy. Smooches right back to you, buddy. Cecil Laird, what's going on, man? Dylan's new Nightmare. Cannot wait to see what you guys can do with that. That's going to be amazing. Rosie, what's up? Bill Rose, how are you? And yeah, hopefully you guys are watching along with us. If not, just enjoy I'll try to be very nice because, like I said, I'm not a Freddy guy, so I'm going to be as nice as possible. But it's really hard to talk shit on the original because it's probably one of the best horror movies of all time. So I'll be on good behavior tonight. Let me see what we got. Let me get my fucking TV working again. Let me see. Okay. I'm paused at exactly 0 seconds. Let me see. Let me get rid of this. And I'll count it down if you're ready, my friend.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. Let me see. You'll have to let me know if you can hear the TV. All right. Before we get too far into this, what did you think of the remake? Were you a fan? Did you hate it? Did you like bits and pieces of it?
It's my least favorite, I guess. Jackie, I think, is all right, but it just doesn't really work for me that well. I'm not really big. Nancy's not even she's not really even my favorite character from the series. So what they did with her was make her kind of this catatonic, quiet thing, but it just didn't really work for me that well. And they didn't take any risks with it, which I was hoping they maybe would have. So I don't condemn it, but it's not the top of my list or anything.
No, I was gonna say for the most part, it gets a lot of hate towards the bottom of most people's lists for sure. I saw it opening night. I loved it. And I know that makes me seem like, wait a minute, you went to see a Nightmare on Elm Street movie opening night, so you're a liar. But I did. I went to see it opening night. I loved it, and then I just never really rewatched it. I thought the portrayal of Nancy in that movie was pretty terrible. No emotion behind it, and then to find out that she didn't want to do it at all, so the effort just wasn't there.
I mean, you gotta look at the director on that, man. He's in charge of the movie.
Johnny. At least he doesn't shit on that. He shit on the fact that he was in this movie and that it gave him his start compared to Kevin Bacon, who doesn't want to be associated with Friday the 13th at all.
Well, I actually heard Kevin talk about Friday the 13th on Howard Stern maybe a year or so ago. He seemed fine about it.
He changed his tune?
I didn't know he didn't want to talk about it ever.
Yeah, he distanced himself from it.
Yeah, he seemed pretty open about it when he was talking about it on Howard Stern a year ago. I forgot what movie he was promoting, but Howard talked to him about that for a few minutes. And no, Johnny was on this show called there was this great series with the host's name, his Lipton was his last name, I forgot, but it was called damn it was such a good show, Inside the Actors Studio with James Lipton, I think. And
Okay.
Johnny talked about doing this movie as well, and no, he was great. He really happy to be a part of it. So
that's good to hear. I'm glad. Maybe I was misinformed or heard it somewhere else, but I'm glad since it got him his start. It was his first major role. I mean, I guess it would be. I don't know if you consider it major. I mean, you really didn't do that much in it, but it helped him get started. So I'm glad to see he's appreciative of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It seems like a lot of these big stars get started in these horror movies back in the day.
Yeah, because they didn't want to pay for anybody that had a name, so they just get
somebody
no
cheap.
names, just pay them scale, get an opportunity. So it seemed to work out pretty good back then. If you can get an opportunity.
Oh, thank you, Bill Rose. $2 super chat. How do we get a signed autograph picture, Matt? You don't want one. I work with you. I'll just come to work tomorrow and sign something. It's worth nothing, so.
Excuse me.
I'll ask you what's your timestamp? My freaking it buffered on me.
Let's see. 4 minutes, 2 seconds.
Okay, not too far ahead of me then.
Coming back to the sack almost.
Oh, I love technology.
I
know I was watching Nick yesterday. He was doing a Terrifier watch along, and he was having no luck at the beginning of that with buffering and shit. It gets a little frustrating.
Yeah, I can't do a commentary if I stream and try to stream the movie at the same time. It just doesn't work out. Luckily, I have 37 copies of this.
A legitimate number, or being
no? I'm being facetious.
I have, holy shit, man!
I got maybe 5 or 6 old DVDs and the Blu-ray, and No,
you got a VHS somewhere.
Yeah, I don't have all of them on VHS. I've got this one though. I've got laser discs of it.
Gotta have the classic. What? I don't know if I believe they're high school kids, but I guess none of these kids in these movies actually look like high school kids.
No, I think they're 22, 23 at the time. I know Johnny was a baby. He was maybe 20.
I was gonna say he definitely looks young. I know he's doesn't look like that now, going through all the shit he's been through.
Mm-mm.
So you said Nancy's not your favorite person, not your favorite character in these movies. I'm assuming it's Freddy then, obviously.
Oh, I mean, well, sure, Freddy, but I'm more of an Alice guy than
Okay.
a Nancy guy. I always liked Alice. I like Nancy. I like her too. I like her better in, say, New Nightmare or
Okay.
Dream Warriors. I just think she's acted a little bit better. I don't think she's bad in this movie, but yeah, I'm just a bigger Alice guy. I like a lot of the characters in the movies, though. Like Tina.
Was this Heather Langenkamp's first movie as well?
Oh man, I'm not sure. If it wasn't her first, it was
Close.
I think she at least had done commercials or some kind of work, but
Mhm.
this might have been her first movie. I'm not sure. Don't quote me though.
I was gonna say, and she's obviously the star of this movie, and her career didn't go the way that most of these people like careers go from being in a horror movie. Like Johnny Depp obviously got huge, and Kevin Bacon, and
Yeah.
but Heather Langenkamp really didn't do too much.
No, and I don't know if that was partly it just didn't work out for her the way she wanted to, or if she just started to get into other things. She did some TV show, I think, after this for a few years. Party of something. I don't think it was a big hit. I think Shout Factory put that show out on DVD a few years ago, but no, to be quite honest with you, I can't recall ever watching her in anything besides nightmare movies. If I really think about it, not that she's saying that she hasn't, but
Yeah,
I don't know that she really pursued too much acting past some of the nightmare stuff she did. Quite frankly, maybe she did. I just don't know. But again, I haven't really followed her career that well.
Let me see. Yeah, if you go to like the IMDb page, it just pretty much just has obviously this movie, New Nightmare, Dream Warriors. There's not too much on here. Just the 10 of us back in
Just the 10 of us. That's what it was. Not part. I was thinking Party of 5.
1988 for 2 years, and then I guess she's in the Midnight Club.
That's right. She was in Midnight Club.
But other than that, there's not too much on here.
I think her acting got better as her stuff went along. Like I think she's a little bit better, and I don't think she's bad here, but I think she's a little bit better in Dream Warriors, and I think in New Nightmare, despite that's not my favorite either, but I like it. I certainly think she's much better in that.
I would agree. But I mean, she definitely had some more time to grow, obviously. So I definitely can understand why she gets better in the future ones than this one. New Nightmare is definitely different. Definitely a different take. And obviously before I didn't even realize that wasn't supposed to be like Freddy. I never realized that until recently, really, that was just a demon that resembled him.
It's a pretty clever movie. I like it. It's just a little slow for me, but it's still pretty clever. I thought it was a good idea.
A little bit of Scream before Scream with the meta.
Yeah. It just doesn't move as fast as Scream does, No. Which is really the only problem I have with New Nightmare. It just when it's good, but some of the stuff is just pretty sluggish for me.
There's not too many kills in that movie, is there? Not that I recall.
Probably not.
But I mean, Nightmare's he's not obviously like Michael and Jason. He's not really about the kills per se, or the amount of them, I guess.
Well, certainly not in that one. No. They get pretty insane in 3, 4, 5.
Had to keep up with the other big two. But then again, Michael wasn't even around for most of the 80s, so.
No, when it comes to like box office, it wasn't even close. Freddy was it just wasn't even close.
Mm.
I think like when like parts Friday 6, 7, they were doing 19, 20, 21 million. I think Nightmare 3 did like 30 something, then 4 did almost 50 million. So like
Damn.
it wasn't even a competition back then. And even like Halloween 4, which was considered a big success, did around the same thing, like 1920, and that was considered a really big success because I think after it reverted, Halloween 4 was a pretty low budget film, so it was a big success. But comparatively, it just wasn't even close back then. I mean, Dream Master just obliterated them in '88. It just wasn't even a contest. Not that really matters, but
yeah.
Just saying.
Let me see. Stupid. You're right. Streaming these and doing a show on the internet is not a good idea. I usually do it and it works, but it's going freaking lagged a little bit today. So as I said, I just did Halloween Ends the other day and it played fine, but this is slowing a little bit. Let me see. Where's my thing at? I don't want to bug you again, but what's the timestamp?
No, that's no problem. 12 minutes, 8 seconds.
Oh, I wasn't actually too far away from you then. Okay, good. Crandon, this and Halloween 4 were the only horror movies to scare me as a kid. I do like the first Nightmare more than the first Halloween, so I do not, but that's okay. That's expected from a Halloween guy. But honestly, maybe that's why one reason I didn't really watch these as a kid, because actually Freddy was actually, to me, probably the scariest one of the three.
Yeah, I can understand that.
So maybe that's why I never got into it as a kid. But this is probably one of the best. It's probably one of the best scenes in the whole franchise right here.
Yeah, that's good.
Because obviously it's something different. The audience didn't know what to expect. You're used to seeing just a typical slasher, and this is kind of a slasher on steroids.
Mm-hmm. I don't ever like. I personally don't even like referring to these as slasher films. I mean, I guess they really are. I mean, he's part of what you call the big four, but to me, they're just so much more imaginative and creative. It's like reductive to me. Not that I love slashers, don't get me wrong, but to me, it's just like, man, they're Elm Street films. I don't even call them. I don't even refer to them as slasher films.
I agree.
Just my taste, though. I mean, that's just how I like to look at it. They're in their own. To me, they're just their own category.
I agree, actually, because obviously when I first started getting into horror and stuff, I said this, slashers. I think of Jason, Michael, all those cheesy B movies from the early 80s. Nightmare was different. Obviously, yes, he did kill people, and yes, he has knives for fingers, but there's a lot more to this than just a guy in a mask.
That was a spandex wall that they had, and he was just pushing through it. It was really cheap to do, but it looks really good. And then I know you haven't seen it in years, but in the remake, they CGI'd that, and it was just pathetic.
You would think, I guess they wanted to try to be bigger and better, but obviously, wouldn't you think that would cost more money to do it the CGI way than to just put up a damn spandex and just do it like that again?
I mean, I guess so, but that's just how they did it.
And it looked great, obviously.
Yeah, because it's tangible. You can it looks real because it's tangibly happening on screen. So I think that's part of it. It's not even necessarily that it always quote unquote looks better than CGI, but it's just there's data there. There's something actually taking place in frame of the camera that it just it's got more of a real feel to it. even if CGI, it's just if to me, it's just like if it's computer generated, added on screen, it's just like it just there's exceptions. Like Silent Hill, I think is one of the best horror like CGI films I've ever seen. That's done really really well. But it works for that film. That's really the theme of that movie. Is the whole thing is basically CGI, but for the most part, it's just like, oh damn it, I hate it. I hate it when I notice it's CGI because that's when I'm just like, it just takes me right out of it.
Creepy as shit.
That's the king.
I remember I used to have this VHS when I was younger. I think it was called Boogeyman or Boogeyman. It was like a compilation of a bunch of horror movies and like the most iconic scenes from each of them. And this was the scene that they used from Freddy. So maybe I should like it more.
I've got that. That's actually worth a couple bucks now. That DVD. I think I had a VHS too, but yeah, I've got that. It's back there somewhere.
I had the VHS, but I think I gave all my VHS tapes to Goodwill before they were like cool.
Oh man, big mistake.
I know after the fact, and now I don't have any of them. I had a bunch of them too. Let me see. Let me go back up. Antonis, thank you, buddy. $5 super chat says, "What did you guys do on Halloween night? I carved a pumpkin, ate candy, watched Trick or Treat. You guys do anything fun?" I myself, took my kids trick or treating. It seems more fun than it really would be. It was pretty miserable because most of them are lazy and then don't want to go to the houses anyway. So just pulling them in a wagon. Went home, ate some candy, watched Halloween 2, and I think I did watch Trick or Treat as well. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of Trick or Treat, but I watched it.
Treat or treat?
Well, Trick or Treat. Trick or Treat's the one with the rock one, right? Like
Sammy Kerr, the demon metal guy. It's a great film. I didn't watch any Halloween.
Come on.
Very happy not to.
I was gonna watch Halloween Ends, but that would have been like the 6th time, so I just let it go.
I watched Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities all day, which is fucking fantastic. I really, really loved all those episodes. I made it a point to watch stuff I've never seen before this year.
Mm-hmm. Then watch the same old.
Which, if anybody hasn't seen that on Netflix, was just stellar. Great directors, great episodes. That was a great anthology show.
That's a good point, Courtney. Imagine if Wes came up with Ghostface in the 80s. Then he would have 2 horror icons in the same decade. Even though a lot of people don't like Scream, but I do. It's funny going back and rewatching movies from the 80s and seeing John Saxon in a shit ton of stuff that I wouldn't have noticed him in otherwise if I didn't know this movie.
Oh, I mean, if you go and watch, if you pick an Italian horror film out, odds are he's in it. Nightmare Beach, all that. Like he's in all of them. Tenebrae. He was the American Link that they would hire because he had a name and a face, but he was affordable and he was in all those. Like Dario loved him. I think he did some Fulci stuff, but yeah, he's in a lot of Italian horror films, which is cool. He did a movie called Cannibal Apocalypse, I think.
I've heard of that.
He's on the front cover of it. Yeah, it's cheesy, but it's pretty gory. But he's in that. He's in all that. So many Italian horror movies. It's not even funny. I love John.
I was gonna say because whenever I was going back through the years and getting my top, 5 or 10 movies, and I noticed him in a ton of them. So
yeah,
it was good to see him in there, though.
Oh, he's awesome.
Face.
He's good. I like him a lot. I think we lost him a couple years ago.
Yeah, we did. Was that last year?
It might have been. We're losing a lot of people. They're
I
all
know.
going.
All of our, all the people that we grew up with are getting very, very old.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sex bots. That's what's up. I haven't had you in a while. Thank you. What's up, Steve? How are you doing, buddy? I gotta ask this too. Were you a fan of Freddy versus Jason?
Yes.
Okay. I was gonna say when it came out, I loved it. It came out in what, 2003? I think.
Yeah, 2003.
So I was 15. So obviously being a teenager, it was freaking pretty badass. I know a lot of people still love it. They have it ranked pretty high. I kind of fell off of it a little bit, I think, just because more of a Jason guy, and Jason was pretty terrible. Freddy was good, but
Freddy's always good. Yeah, even in the movies that are a little lower than, to deny Robert's performance would just beat a lie. So I mean, I'm not being silly. Like he's always great. I'm actually doing this series on my channel. It's called The Story of Freddy vs. Jason, and as I'm reading this book about all the scripts that were optioned, bought, we actually need to count our blessings that they went with what they went with, because a lot of this stuff was extremely terrible. I mean, laughably bad. It's bad. So I'm actually, as I'm reading this book, I'm actually becoming a bigger fan of the movie. There's problems with it, sure. We can, talk about Jason's blah blah blah. He's Frankenstein and all that, but I mean, I still have a blast watching it. I love the soundtrack too.
Hey, Austin, Happy, what's going on? Let's see. Oh, thank you, Happy. I appreciate that. Two of my favorite YouTubers on one stream. Well, that makes me happy. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Good old Lin Shay. It's always good to see Lin Shay.
Oh, thank you, Low Key Vision Films. CHH in the house. Don't forget to roundhouse kick that like button. I appreciate. Thank you. Appreciate that.
What's up, Cody?
Let me see. Christian is my #1 favorite YouTuber. I like you too, Matt. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Jamie says Freddy's definitely at his scariest in the OG.
He's up there. I'd still say 2.
That's the one I'm looking most forward to rewatching, because honestly, I haven't probably watched that movie in probably like 15 years. So
gotta stop watching them damn Halloweens all the time, man. There's more to life, I promise you.
I'm sorry, I can't help it. I just love Halloween very much.
I understand. I'm just giving you a hard time.
Today I was actually rewatching The Black Phone. I've only ever seen that once. I wanted to give it another rewatch.
Yeah, I gave that one a couple myself.
But I loved it the first time, so. Austin says, I still think Nightmare 1 is the best one, but I do watch part 2 the most nowadays.
Hell yeah. Respect.
That's kind of how it is with the Halloween franchise for people, too. Obviously, they love the first one, but they watch other ones in the franchise more than the first one.
I think part of it is you just want to kind of keep it special.
Yeah.
Just watch it so much.
Let me see. Ooh. Austin says, Fauci, do you really like Halloween 3? Yes. I've never been one to hate it, even though Michael's not in it. I thought Halloween 3 was fantastic. And obviously, I know you love Halloween 3.
I do love Halloween 3.
It's different, but it's just so good.
It's just a damn good movie.
And the masks are fantastic. I love the Silver Shamrock masks.
I do too. I do too.
I'm usually, it depends. Some of the Trick or Treat Studio stuff isn't that great, but the ones that the Silver Shamrock masks from Trick or Treat Studios, they're pretty spot on.
Yeah, I've got a few of those. Pretty happy with them.
Quentin says, Fauci, do you like Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers producer's cut? Yes. I'm the oddball. I like the producer's cut better. Except for John Strode's death, which is better in the theatrical since his head explodes, which is amazing. Let me see. Stupid thing. I know I'm far off from you now. What's your timestamp now? Stupid thing.
27:23.
27:23. Good enough. I am gonna be honest. I think that is why I didn't watch Freddy as much. There's just something about him. He's fucking creepy.
That's more reason to watch it.
I know. And I think that might have been the reason I didn't watch it before. Maybe after rewatching all these, I might enjoy him a lot more. But I know Halloween will always be number one. So. I'm just Halloween fanboy.
Oh, I know you're kind.
There's so many of us.
Yep.
But I mean, if a Halloween movie does suck, I will admit that it sucks. I'm not gonna say it's good just because. I know Brandon. He's a child murderer, and then in the remake, he's a child molester. So it is what it is. They didn't play the subtlety card in the remake. They just gave it to you straight. Hey, what's up, Chris Baber? How are you doing, buddy? Oh, that would have been funny, Jamie. She says she watched Halloween 3 on Halloween night while carving pumpkins, and her husband's reactions were hilarious. I'd like to see that. I've been expecting one thing and then getting what you got. How fucking freaky would that have been? You're laying with your girl and she getting cut open and you can't even see anything.
It's a great scene, man. The way they did it was cool too. What they built that rotating room was fantastic.
They tried to. Didn't they reenact that in New Nightmare? Similar.
They did. I believe it was in a hospital room. Yeah, they did, which was cool. It's a good scene.
Skin the cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, Cran. And he says, can we all agree that when the big three franchises get weird, they get really fucking weird? They do. Jason Goes to Hell. Fucking weird.
I love Jason Goes to Hell.
Why did I know you were going to say that?
I don't know.
I figured Nick did the other day, but he hates it, so not a shock that you like it.
I'm a big fan. I think it's fun.
It's different.
It's entertaining. That's all I need. You know.
What about Jason X?
Sure. I don't really dislike any of the Friday the 13th films.
Shouldn't fall asleep in a tub. That's dangerous.
Yeah, I'd be too paranoid.
Obviously, even if Freddy wasn't in this movie, it's still dangerous. Falling asleep and then slip under the water, you're going to drown. Ugh. Now, how did they do this? It seems very interesting how this would work.
It's built on a set, so that tub is not on the ground level floor. There's basically like an area under that tub that the special effects artist is able to be under there. There's like a hole. It's a tub, but they have a cutout on where her feet are, and so there's a gentleman under the tub in the base that's filled up with water as well. So he's able to stand up and reach his hand up there like that.
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, for a modest budgeted film, they did some pretty spectacular stuff. See right there, she got pulled into where the port is, and then they blacklaced the walls in this. So it's actually not very, very big where she's at, but because it's black wall, they blacken the walls. It looks like it's this massive thing down there.
Oh, cool.
So.
Austin wants to know the timestamp. I'll let you give that because mine's probably not right.
I am at 33 minutes and 38 seconds.
She was in the water. Must have been Jason. It's crazy. I think this movie's fantastic. The only complaint that I have about this whole movie, and what a lot of people have about this movie, is just the last couple minutes when the ending is just fucking strange.
I have a philosophy in life. I try to go by with all my movies. If I enjoyed it, I don't really give a shit what the ending is. You know, I hate to let sometimes if it really throws me off, but most of the time, even if I'm not a big fan of how something ends, if I enjoy the ride, I'm usually still a pretty happy camper.
Exactly, Crandon. Freddy died by fire, Jason by water. How can we use that? Exactly. Jack Sparrow coming through the window. It's amazing.
Huh. That's him.
So fresh. I'm assuming that's probably where Scream got this idea from, since it's pretty much identical.
Well, I mean, Kevin Williamson homaged a lot of stuff with Scream, so I mean, more than likely. But I'm sure there were 1,000 other movies before this where the boyfriend sneaks over to the girl's house and comes out the window.
I thought that was Evil Dead on TV. I'm not a huge Evil Dead fan, so. Rod. Threw Rod in jail. Where was the evidence? Where was the evidence? Joe Bob says here for CHH.
Hey.
I'm sorry, Brandon. I just never got into Evil Dead. I don't know if I just watched them too late in life or what. I just can't get into them. Minus the remake. I love that one.
Like the remake's good? Like the remake?
Remake. Really bloody. Maybe that's why I like it so much.
Well, Evil Dead 2 is pretty bloody.
Okay, Evil Dead 2, I like Evil Dead 2 more than Evil Dead. And I've never seen what the hell's the third one?
Oh, you should at least check it out.
Darkness. I have it, I just never watched it. Yeah, that's kind of what I was going at, Austin. He says I watched Evil Dead as a kid. That's probably the best age to watch the old ones. I probably should have checked them out earlier. But I mean, I get why people like them. Evil Dead Rise. I'll watch it. I don't really know if I'd say excited. I'm excited for Scream 6, but that doesn't come out for a while, so gotta wait. I'm sorry, Dead GPK. I've never seen Army of Darkness. I don't usually expand my horizons too far out of slashers. I'm sorry. I'm a boring horror guy. I get it. That's the best way to watch it, Austin. I remember watching Nightmare 1 as a little kid on a VHS taped off of HBO.
Very, very nice.
That's how you had to do it. Love watching them old VHS tapes. Just click that record button and there it goes. There goes my 6th birthday party. That's covered up now. Nobody fucking cares about that. I think I recorded over those with like maximum overdrive.
Oh.
He's dead. Says I'm not hating, just an old dude. Really, it's just different times. I'm realizing. No, I need to check it out. I've been meaning to check it out. Just like I've been meaning to finally rewatch all these movies. It's been a very long time, and I've kind of just kept repeating Friday the 13th and Halloween over and over again. So I thought it was time to go down a different road that I haven't done. And Nightmare on Elm Street was the next big thing that I haven't touched. So
There you go.
Ugh. New promotion says Evil Dead Rise will be extremely gory and scary, and also Scream 6 will take completely new directions. We shall see. I've heard that before, and it keeps going back to the same thing.
Ugh.
Not that I cared, because I really love Scream 5, but I know a lot of people didn't. Antonis says, Fauci and Christian, what is your most anticipated horror movie for 2023? For me, it's The Exorcist, even though it will probably be cringe.
Go ahead.
Scream 6 for me. I can't really think of any other ones, to be honest with you.
My most anticipated movie next year is something just brand new that is going to come out of nowhere that I haven't heard of before, like Men or Barbarian, and just rock my world. That's what I'm looking. I'm just looking forward to some great original stuff next year.
I've only heard good things about Barbarian. I have not seen it yet.
I really liked it. It's good. It's a lot of good stuff that came out this year.
Whoops. Sex bot. Bye. Yeah, that is interesting how the Dead says, I'm interested in how the Friday the 13th prequel is going to work out. Seems it's in production. Yeah, I'm curious about that as well.
It keeps getting crazier every day.
I like Friday, but I haven't really kept up with what's going on with it, to be honest with you.
They're not in production yet. They're in early stages. They're not filming anything. But it seems like TV ended up being a loophole to be able to include anything that they want to do. And Horror Inc. is involved along with Victor, so it's a big partnership. So there's no telling what we're gonna see. It basically sounds like anything is on the table, which I didn't think was going to be the case at first, but this stuff has come out, and they interviewed Brian Fuller. He was like, oh, no, we can do whatever we want. We've got the rights to all of it. I was like, oh, wow. So I guess the TV loop, going to TV just works differently than cinema. So,
okay.
In terms of what they can and can't use. So it's going to be interesting.
Interesting. So hopefully after it goes to the TV route and there's still, a buzz about Friday the 13th, hopefully it'll go back to the cinema and we'll actually get a movie, you think?
I don't know. I'm really not big into TV shows, if I'm being honest. I don't have the time.
That's a good point.
So I'd rather a movie, but it's just a mess. So many pieces. There's so many pieces of hand. There's so many hands in the pie. With it, it's just a mess. So I don't know. Just the fact that we got the remake in 2009 was a miracle. I don't think people realize that was a joint venture between Paramount and New Line, which is just insane. I don't remember the deal that they had, but Victor showing like it was a massive venture to make the remake happen. It just seemed like it happened, but
yeah,
it was actually way more complicated than I think some people realize. If you look at the poster of the remake, look at the bottom, you'll see a logo for Paramount on one side and you'll see a logo for New Line Cinema on the other side. It was a joint venture that they did. So
I never noticed that.
Just the fact that the remake happened was a miracle in and of itself. So to get another one, lightning is going to have to strike twice again. But with TV, it's different rules and regulations, which I never would have thought that, but apparently it is.
Interesting. So that's the reason they chose to go that way. Makes sense.
It seems like it, yeah.
Less drama, get what they want to get out there, and make how they want to make it. Which, you know, as much, you know, stuff comes out about Friday the 13th, it's coming back, it's not coming back. So obviously it's going to happen, but I still believe it whenever we actually get to see it and get a trailer. And for sure, it's in production.
Yeah, this is the first time this has happened. There was supposed to be a show 5 or 6 years ago on the CW. Publicly came out and boom, gone. Never mind.
Just like that.
Yeah. So every day, there's just no telling. There's just no telling.
If there's money, well, I can't say that because there's been money to be made this whole time, and then they just stayed in court for all those years. So I guess it doesn't really matter if there's money to be made or not. Yeah, that's true, Crandon. But maybe what Christian just said makes sense. He says it's crazy we never got a sequel because that remake made $92.7 million.
It just gets probably more complicated after that because then all the deals are different. If memory serves, Paramount got the distribution for overseas on the remake. New Line got the distribution in America.
Oh.
And it's very complicated. I can't even begin to really explain it that well. But so for a sequel, they have to. It really is a mess. I mean, it truly. I can't think of any other things in cinema history that are as weird as Friday the 13th, where one guy. Well, that law for the scripts and screenplays. We're seeing that with a lot of films now, where the original writer has been able to, because writers didn't make that much money back then. They just didn't. They were, and the way Sean was trying to pull it off is Victor was an employee for hire, blah blah blah. It would have tried to negate the law that's in effect now, where after 35 years you can own your script again as a way to try to make money off of the property if it was a success. And it's just a mess. I forgot where I was going with this, but basically it really is what I was getting at is this was going to say, I can't think of anything else in cinema history where a property has so many different ownerships today. It's truly baffling how crazy it is. This person owns this Friday the 13th. The title belongs to it belongs to Paramount. If Paramount's not involved, it cannot be called Friday the 13th. 1000%. Why do you think the show's not called that?
Yep, they couldn't use it.
New Line owns the character of adult Jason in terms of film. It's such a zigzag puzzle. It's baffling. I can't think of anything else that's even close to like that.
That is nuts. So since it's going to TV, they still can't use Friday the 13th, but they can use adult Jason since it's not going to the cinema.
From what I understand,
that's whack.
Well, Horror Inc. is involved, which is Sean Cunningham's company. So yeah, it's. I'm sure Brian Fuller hopefully will explain better, but yeah, in a nutshell, that seems to be the case.
Austin says the guy who plays the doctor here is the voice of Roger Rabbit.
Yes, he is.
Oh, good. We might be close to the same spot, even though mine was being a dick. Because Nancy's getting the shit hooked up to her head?
Yes.
Okay. I wonder if this is like a real thing. Like they can actually test you for like your dreaming and all that kind of shit.
Oh, I don't know.
That'd be
no idea.
Pretty dope. Dead says, I was super excited they put Freddy's Nightmares on Tubi. I rewatched it all.
Very nice. Very, very cool.
I've never seen any of them. Freddy's not actually in those, right?
He is. He's not a character per se, like of the show. The debut episode is the story of Freddy getting out of his jail sentence and stuff. No More Mr. Nice Guys, the debut episode, and then the show goes off, and it's like an anthology kind of thing where each episode is a story of crazy horror stuff happening, and Freddy kind of he's in some episodes, but he acts as like a crypt keeper in a way.
Okay. That makes sense. So it's kind of like the Friday the 13th TV show, except for Jason was never on that at all. Well, he doesn't talk, so I guess he couldn't be on there.
Yeah, more or less.
Rock Music Forever. Wait, you guys are watching A Nightmare on Elm Street right now? Yes. Yes, we are. Oh yeah, it's whenever she turns into can't think of her name. Whatever X-Men's hair turns gray. I'm not good with that. Austin says her gray streak is on the wrong side in part 3.
Oh well, Austin, get over it.
I probably wouldn't even have noticed until you said that, and now I will. But hey, every franchise has their flaws. It's just the way it is. That's a good point, Austin. Never thought Scream would last this long as a franchise. I kind of agree. You a Scream fan?
More or less. I like the first couple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I enjoyed the 5th one for the most part.
I don't mind them all, except for I don't like 4 at all. Is her mom a functioning alcoholic?
Yes, she is.
Hell yeah. And Nancy can't get enough coffee. She might as well switch to alcohol too.
Yeah, no shit.
Probably make it a lot easier. And then you fall asleep though. Jay says Christian is a rock star. Well,
Thank you.
He pretty much is.
Thank you. I try.
What's up, Gary? How are you, buddy? I disagree, Austin. I like Scream 5, but it was just Scream 4 again. I did not think it would. I disagree. I don't know who Fred Krueger is. Can you tell me? Well, thanks, Colin Murdy. Appreciate it, buddy. Man, Nancy aged very quickly.
I thought she actually aged like a fine wine, like in real life. Like,
oh yeah,
I thought she was really, really, really attractive in New Nightmare.
I agree. Oh, Rock Music Forever says Black Christmas 74 and A Nightmare on Elm Street are set in the same universe, all because of John Saxon.
Damn right.
Black Christmas, good movie.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's one of my all-time favorites.
I actually just saw that for the first time either last year or the year before. And most people didn't think I would like it because it obviously is a very slow burn, but I loved it. I thought it was great. Maybe they'll try to remake it for the fourth time. No, third time. Just kidding.
I pray to God not.
I didn't mind the second. I didn't mind the first one, the first remake. It was different. But then again, I didn't see the original yet, so I didn't know exactly what it was. So I took it for what it was because I didn't know. And then I never seen the newest one, and I never will.
Oh, I saw it.
And was it as bad as everybody says?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Okay,
it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
Austin agrees, says she looked her best in New Nightmare. There you go. She was foxy. It's like Home Alone, but with the killer. It's nice. So Macaulay Culkin would have fucked his ass up.
Yeah, in essence, he would have.
He would.
You know,
his traps were good. They were good. Have you ever been to these filming locations?
No, man, I live in Louisiana. I don't live by anything.
Well, I'm farther away from there than you are.
I'll assume you haven't either then.
No, I haven't. I'd love to go see the Myers house, but that'll never happen. I'm not gonna go 3,000 miles for that.
Yeah, I'll probably die never having seen the Myers house in real life.
Me too. I don't know. I'll probably never know. I don't really know what we have. Pennsylvania, I could go see the Dawn of the Dead Mall. I can go see that.
Yeah. Monroeville.
Yep. And what else? My Bloody Valentine, the remake. I could go see The Town
movie.
and The Coal Mine. So I can go see that.
I love that movie.
Me too.
I'm a big Supernatural fan, so going back and watching that through that lens makes me a bigger fan of that movie.
I can see that. So does that mean that you like the Friday the 13th remake?
Yeah, I do. I do like the remake.
Me too.
I love Padalecki and Ackles. Those are cool dudes.
Born to be Rad, what's going on? How are you? Oh, Anthony's Horror and More says Dream Child is fucking badass.
Who said that?
Anthony's Horror and More.
God bless Anthony. God bless you. My baby Freddy's over there.
I think besides this one, the most recent one I've watched is New Nightmare. I watched a couple months ago, and The Dream Master for some reason. I don't know why I watched that one. Crandon says, I just want to visit the camp from Jason Lives, the Myers house from 78, and the Myers house from H5. You like that Victorian Gothic mansion, do you?
I'd be more interested in seeing that than the original, for sure.
Since the original house is just like a house.
I like 5. I'd rather go see something cool like that. It is a cool looking house.
It is. Let's see.
Plus, I don't want to go to California. I'd rather go to wherever that was, Utah or whatever.
Yeah, I think it was Utah.
Yeah, I'd much rather go that way than California. I don't really ever want to go to California, to be honest with you.
Movie Watch Daily says, have you guys ever seen Hobgoblins? I know Christian did. I have never.
Who said that?
Movie Watch Daily.
Go fuck yourself.
I asked Nick about it. He said it was fucking terrible.
Yes, it is. It's pretty bad. It's pretty fucking bad.
I wanted to click on it just because. Should I never watch it?
Try it. Try anything once.
I probably like it.
In all seriousness, never let somebody tell you. No, never let somebody tell you. You probably should see it. Always see it for yourself.
That's how it usually goes. I'm usually opposite on most of these movies that people like, I dislike, and if they dislike it, I like. It's just the way it goes, and it's not on purpose. It's just
you know your taste. You know what you like.
Which is why the fact that I loved Halloween Ends was people were pretty fucking shocked because it wasn't the typical, Myers flick.
That is correct.
Far from it. Let me see. Dead GP says we watched Hobgoblins just a few days ago. There you go.
God bless you. God keep you.
I'm gonna have to give it a watch. I gotta fucking finish Terrifier 2 still. I watched half of it. I gotta finish the other half.
It's just so long. It's good, but it's long.
Yeah, something about it. I don't know. It was, for some reason, it was creeping me out. I don't know why.
I thought it was hysterical.
Well, it was funny too, but it's got a fucking high score on Rotten Tomatoes. Holy shit. I thought that was like a misprint.
No, I think people get it. It's completely over the top, and I just think people are they realize that and they're having fun with it.
Frankenhooker. I've heard of that. I've never seen that either.
Classic Frank Henenlotter film.
Austin says I still haven't seen Ends.
Cool.
Probably it's unique, actually. Most people have seen it, but
I think that's awesome, Austin.
And I've probably seen it too many times, but
yeah, if you saw it 6 times, that's probably more than I'll see it in the next 10 years.
I don't know I don't know. There's something about it I just really, really enjoy.
Oh, I liked it too. I think it's just a good movie, I mean,
I probably won't watch it for a while, but
when the Blu-ray comes out, you'll.
Oh yeah, gotta get the steelbook.
Yeah,
they got all the additional footage that's gonna be on it, so of course I'm gonna watch it again.
Right.
Anytime I can get a Halloween steelbook, I'm gonna jump right on that. Like you said, when you've been doing the reviews of all of them, it's just I don't know what it is. Steelbooks are just so, like, the artwork is just amazing. I just have to have it.
The steelbook game in general has been really good over the last year, especially Scream Factory, like The Fog, Army of Darkness. They look like fucking, I don't even know, just Mozart pieces. Or not Mozart, he was a composer. So they just look like Picassos. They're so good. So I've been enjoying the steelbook game as of late, and Lionsgate always does a great job with their stuff like Angel Heart, and they did do a fantastic job.
I watched your video on the Fog one. I saw that and online. I love the Fog. It's my favorite movie from when it came out, so I had to get the steelbook. It's beautiful.
Were you gonna say that was your favorite John Carpenter film, and then you stopped yourself?
No, I wasn't gonna say it's. You know what my favorite John Carpenter film is.
Well, what did you mean when it came out? What do you mean?
When did it come? I couldn't remember the year, so I was just trying to cover it up. 1980, wasn't it?
1980. No, I was just trying to understand. I would have thought that was really cool if that was your favorite John Carpenter. I mean, mine's The Thing, and then I like Prince of Darkness.
Prince of Darkness,
and
the fucking wacky one.
I love Prince of Darkness. I love The Fog too.
Fog is good. Halloween first, and then either The Thing or The Fog would be second. I mean, I love Christine too. So.
Christine's good.
That's why I was doing all the top fives, and it just seems like I'm biased because I have a John Carpenter movie winning every fucking year. But I just like his movies a lot. In the Mouth of Madness, I tried that movie. I just didn't understand it.
That's what makes it so great. I love it. It's a H.P. Lovecraft style film. I'm a big fan of In the Mouth. Anything Sam Neill is always, I think he's always great. Nicotero and those effects.
If I had to pick one or Prince of Darkness, I'd go with Prince of Darkness.
Oh, I'm such a big Prince of Darkness fan. I love it.
I mean, Donald
so
Pleasant,
much.
So of course I'm gonna go with that one. Dude, what the fuck happened to this thing? It like refreshed. What's your timestamp? I swear to God, it went backwards. I've seen this part already.
107.
I've already seen this part, and I've watched it for the second time. I got the fucking DVD, but the TV's so far away that I wouldn't be able to see it. Eric Dixon says, what's Yin's favorite Elm Street? Hey, you said Yin's. That's what I say. My favorite? I don't know. Since I haven't watched them, I probably have to go with this one. But I'm keeping my hopes open for part 2 because I've been really wanting to rewatch that one.
I'd really recommend watching these. If you're gonna do commentaries on all of them, I'd honestly recommend watching them separately before doing commentaries on them.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
You really gotta submerge yourself in them. You know.
I was gonna say for this one, I could get away with it because this is the only one I've ever seen multiple times. The other ones I haven't seen in a long time. And usually my commentaries like this don't turn into anything else but talking about other things. Well, since you know so much about these, how did they do that effect with like the blood on the ceiling and the blood shooting out of the bed?
The room's upside down,
okay.
And they dumped it through the bed. They just glued everything on the wall. So right now what you're looking at is a room that's upside down. They strapped the cameraman down and everything, and they're panning over to her reaction, which is obviously done after the fact. Just in editing, they tie it all together so well. But yeah, they dumped the room upside down and literally just dumped buckets of blood, which it's over the top. I think it's pretty funny, because how much blood could that guy have?
Yeah.
But visually, it's stunning. It looks absolutely great. And for the time, people were probably, their jaws were hitting the floor.
Yeah. Oh, the blood pouring down from the ceiling. Yeah, Anthony, you're right. Old school practical effects were the best. They were. We just don't get them like that anymore for the most part. Except for in Halloween, because they bring Christopher Nelson in, who's awesome. I'm surprised we didn't get any Nightmare movies recently. I mean, there's nothing holding them back, correct? The rights are there. They're, you know.
I don't know. I can't pretend to act like I do. When Wes died, his family owns. People get confused sometimes, I think, and I get it. People when people say Scream, they think Wes Craven. Wes didn't write that movie. He doesn't own anything. He doesn't own a damn thing. So Scream is being made because he doesn't own it. But with Nightmare, he's the sole owner. It was he wrote the script and everything. So in terms of what they can do from this point on, they've got to get whoever owns it. I'm assuming his kids, family, whatever. People always refer to it as his estate, which I'm assuming that's what that means. It's just no telling. There's just no telling. I couldn't tell you. And then you got to look at Warner Brothers too. They make so much money with the Conjuring films. That is their horror films. So why do they need to do an Elm Street film? They don't. They're making money hand over fist with those nuns, Annabelles. That's their bread and butter. So that could be part of it too. And also, it's not. I mean, no disrespect. It's not like Halloween. You can't just take another actor and put him in the costume. We already replaced Robert Englund once and it didn't go so well, despite the fact the movie made a good bit of money. It's they haven't remade Rocky yet, and that's because that's how are you going to do that? Even though they've already done Elm Street, to do it again would be very dangerous. So I don't know. There's a lot of moving parts, I'm sure. So I don't know. If we don't ever get one, I'm fine. I have an amazing franchise. I can go back and enjoy all these films whenever I feel like it, and I don't need any more.
I got you. Even though I guess anybody can wear a Michael Myers outfit, so that's good to know.
Well, I mean, I love James Jude. He was fantastic. He was really, really, really good. He made me top. He could be my second or third favorite. But my point is, it's just they don't talk. It's not a personality. Like, I mean, Freddy is
charismatic.
I mean, Robert is Freddy. Freddy is Robert. It's just, man, that's daunting. You'd have to really do something different. I had an idea. I would change the mythology a little bit, and after my idea for a remake would be if Freddy got away with his crimes like he did in the original, they talk about here, instead of him getting killed right away, I think he doesn't get away with it and he goes to jail, but he gets out on parole, and now you have an old Freddy that Robert could play, and he goes back to committing crimes again, and then the whole movie is the battle of trying to catch him and stop him, and then you could kill him at the end, and then if you do another one, then you could have somebody else play the dead Freddy. But I would love to see a movie where Robert is Freddy as a human, but as an old man. But that would be changing the story as to what originally happened. And can't imagine that would go over well with a lot of people either. But that's just an idea I had. It would be different and new, and it's something I haven't seen. But again, if they don't make one, guess what, man? I've got 9 films, I think. I'm totally happy. Totally happy.
So does that mean I'm a terrible fan because I just want them to keep making Halloween movies no matter what?
No, of course not. It means you enjoy it and you want more. You just want to. No,
well, not shitty ones, of course, but you know.
Well, it's fun. I get it. No, if I'm saying if they don't make another one, I'm fine. If they do, cool.
You'll be jacked. Yeah.
Same with Halloween. If that was the last one, give me the. I want all of it. I want great new ideas. I want great new movies that are going to become the new Halloween.
Gotcha.
And then I also, if they make more of the legacy stuff, sure, let's have some fun and go watch it. I go to the theater to see Scream. I go to the theater. I saw Halloween Ends in the theater. I go watch all of it. I want all of it. I just, I don't want to put all my eggs in just the legacy movie basket, because then I'm just setting myself up for failure in a way. And we're in a pretty good time right now because we've got both. we've got Crystal Lake coming out, and then guess what? A24's got new stuff coming out next year that I've never heard of, and these original ideas that I'm excited to see. So I enjoy all of it,
Yeah, like you said, you got the new stuff coming out. Plus, you got aren't they coming out with like 2 more like Texas Chainsaw movies on Netflix for some reason after the last one that just came out?
I read something about that, but I haven't heard anything else.
Me either.
Totally. Hey, guess what?
Fine with
Give me more bloodbaths. That's fine. I'll watch them. Nope, no problem. If you make another one, I will be there.
Mm-hmm.
If you put Leatherface in that movie, you give him a chainsaw and let him raise hell.
Does this thing?
2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. You'll never have the original film again, so why even bother? Just have fun.
Yep.
That's the way I look at it.
Gary, you gonna watch Jeepers Creepers? I haven't watched that in a while.
Very cool.
I tried to watch what's the new one? Reborn. I think I watched about half and I never finished it. That's what you said. Like you don't watch like TV shows because of time. That's the thing. I'd love to watch more movies, but with the kids and everything, I just don't have as much time. So I watch half one day and then wait till the next day and watch the other half.
Oh, I don't blame you, dude. And there's so much content nowadays. I live with a list of stuff I've got to watch. I'm like, I just now saw Significant Other. It's been out for a while. Fresh. I finally just saw that. This movie's been out for weeks, and it's just
Fresh.
God, I can't keep up.
Fresh was good. I like Fresh.
Fresh was good. It was good.
Oh, look at that! Just woke up from a nap. Thanks, Nick. You were just on here 2 days ago, and you pissed me off. No, you were with me on the part 3 beating Jason X, but Jason X won and it broke my heart. Damn, let me see. Almost to the end of this bad boy. What's up, Maga? Minus. What's let me see. I know we're probably fucking off again.
I'm sorry, did you ask me something?
What's your timestamp? Should be the last time I ask you this.
That's cool. 1 second, hold on.
Oh, you're good.
My batteries are dying on my remote.
I feel you. That's how freaking every remote I have upstairs is too.
See if I can get this to work now. An hour 18:36.
18. Cool. Thank you. Fucking thing. Doesn't help. This is like the website I'm watching it is like a bootleg website, so that doesn't help either.
Bootleg?
No, it's like the real movie. Like it's good quality.
You watching the Indian Nightmare on Elm Street movie? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
You need to see that.
There-
I'm serious. There's an Indian version of A Nightmare on Elm Street. That's
Now,
ridiculous.
it sounds hilarious. Is there dancing involved?
You know what? There might be a Bollywood scene in there.
Okay. I'm gonna have to buy the Blu-rays of all these. I don't know why the fuck what an idiot. I do. I have the Nightmare on Elm Street steelbook over there somewhere with the fucking digital code in it. Is it, Austin? He says this is still played a lot on cable. Is it? I don't have cable, but I didn't. Is it?
I'm sure it is. Yeah.
Is it on Fear Fest? Do they play the Nightmare movies on Fear Fest on AMC? I don't think they do.
I didn't watch Fear Fest. I didn't watch any cable TV. I haven't watched cable TV in years, but I remember around 2014, 15, 16, during Halloween time, I used to see these come on. It might have been Sci-Fi too, but
I think you're right. Sci-Fi does sound about right. Coffee pot to the face. I wonder, I could see Home Alone borrowing a lot from this movie, actually. It probably didn't, but I could see that.
yeah.
Yep. Austin says, yep, usually they're on Fear Fest, but this year they were on Sci-Fi.
Hell yeah.
There you go. On Tubi this month. Oh, are they? Oh. I could have just watched it on Tubi and it wouldn't have fucking skipped. But I think Tubi has commercials.
Yeah, it does. It's free.
Yeah, I tried doing one of these with Tubi, and everyone else kept moving along while mine had 2 minutes worth of commercials.
Excuse me. Oh.
Yeah, I don't mind the commercials on Tubi either. It's just really hard to use it for these things. Not that this freaking website's doing me any favors.
I think when we did Hobgoblins, Nick had Tubi. He watched it through Tubi, so on the show we had to literally pause it and just wait for him to.
Tubi's a good stuff, though. You got a lot of cool movies on there.
That's an insane amount of cult stuff from the 80s and 70s.
New part. What about a House of Wax medium budget reboot done by A24 Studio? I don't know.
I'm happy with the House of Wax we got.
I did enjoy that one a lot. I'm also not an A24 fan, so if they don't touch it, I'd be fine with that.
I'm a big A24 fan.
I kind of figure. Most people are. I'm not.
How many films have you seen from them?
A24? Not that many. Probably like 5 or 6, and I only liked one of them.
Which ones did you see?
I,
Just out of curiosity.
I like Tusk, which I know a lot of people hate, but I thought it was freaking hilarious.
I didn't realize that was A24. Wow.
I mean, Justin Long, and I love Justin Long, and Johnny Depp was in it, which most people don't know, but he was in it.
Yes, he was.
I don't know. It was weird, but it was. I don't know. I liked it. I saw Midsommar, which I hated. Hereditary, hated.
Oh, that's interesting.
Maybe I didn't see that many. And that's probably why, because I just didn't like them.
What was it about Hereditary? Just like Midsommar, I think I can understand. More people seem to dislike that. What was it about Hereditary you didn't like?
I guess all of those movies are really just too slow for me. I need my movies to be really quick and to the point. And that one, A24 movies, you got to think. And I'm a very simple-minded horror fan, to be honest.
Fair enough. Big Hereditary fan, but I would certainly suggest still trying more. I mean, did you see X or Pearl?
Okay, I did. That's a lie. I've seen both of those. I've seen X and Pearl. I prefer X over Pearl.
Cool.
I didn't like Pearl. I thought that was really slow. X was like a pretty much typical kind of slasher flick. I just didn't. I think it was just the killers that I didn't like. But I mean, they were unique, and I've only watched it once, so maybe if I watch it again, I might enjoy X a little bit more. And I mean, the first half was great because it was like a porno, so I enjoyed that one part of it. So,
amen.
I don't know. I like I said, I think just the simple-minded stuff I prefer. I like my kind of quick to the point. Like I'm really digging Terrifier 2. I just wish it was shorter. I don't really need a almost 2.5 hour slasher movie.
Yeah, it's long. That's my only complaint with it. It's a long movie. You gotta plan to watch it. You can't just throw it on.
No, I think the first one was only an hour and a half, and then this one's almost an hour longer.
First one's on Tubi right now. I have the Blu-ray. I had to fucking sell my soul to find a copy of it, though.
I just rewatched that. I just rewatched that one the other day. I wasn't a huge fan of it the first time. I did enjoy it more the second time.
Yeah, have you seen All Hallows Eve?
I did see that.
The anthology flick.
Yeah, I seen that. What art was in there for what? One of the 3 stories, I think, or something.
Yeah,
wasn't the same guy.
Oh, there he goes.
No, I haven't. I have not seen Men. I've heard people say it wasn't very good, and then I was just like, if they don't like it, then I'm probably not really gonna like it. So I never watched it. But who knows? That might be one of the movies that people hate, and I like it. I don't know.
Like I said, man, just
watch it.
You gotta watch it for yourself. You know.
Oh, New Promotion Vintage Film says Terrifier 2 is overrated. I have been hearing people say that. They said it was good, but just overrated. Yeah, I heard people puking too. I don't know. I didn't puke.
I would have loved to have seen somebody puke in the theater. I really would have. That'd have been hysterical.
I'd be pointing, laughing at them.
I would.
Fucking loser. All right, in the popcorn bucket. Nice. Did you see Terrifier 2 in theaters, or did you watch it at home?
I saw it in the theater, first or second. I think it was the first night I could. I was there. I think it was a Thursday.
No, we didn't have any theaters or close to me playing that one. Wow, I never actually realized. Wow, I guess I never paid attention. I didn't realize Tina was in the back seat.
Yeah, she was there.
I never
Which makes me
realized
guess that this entire last scene
Is it-
was a continuation of her dream, and she never killed Freddy.
it's not a big deal. It's just a blow up doll. It's not a big deal. Let me see. Well, I'm assuming yours is done as well because mine's done, and I was behind you.
I'm done.
Fantastic. Let's see. Let me close the poll in the chat. That's probably the most freaking votes I've ever had in a poll. So thank you guys for jumping in here tonight. Let me close it and see what the final results are. The poll were. I don't want to assume anything, but I'm kind of gonna go out on a limb and say you probably give this a 5 out of 5.
Me?
Yeah.
4.5.
Okay.
4.5.
Respectable. Let's see. The freaking chat. 57% gave it a 5 out of 5 with 56 votes. 3 to 4 got 37%. 0 actually got 3%. So I don't know if that's somebody being serious or just clicking on it to be funny. And 1 to 2 got 1%. So yeah, it's got 84% above 3. So obviously people love the original Nightmare on Elm Street. I'd probably give it a 4.5 out of 5 too. I only give certain movies 5 out of 5s, and if Halloween isn't in the title, they're not getting it. I'm just kidding. No, but see. I mean, the original Halloween, I did give a 5 out of 5 because I love it. But I'm not going to give fucking every movie in Halloween 5 out of 5. Let's see.
Just tell me which ones you would know. I guess I got to know.
I gave no. Actually, you know what? It's only one. I only gave the original a 5 out of 5. I gave Halloween 2018 4.5, and I gave Halloween Ends a 4.5. And then probably Halloween 4, probably like a 4.
All right.
But I like the new trilogy a lot, so maybe I'm a little biased towards that. Let me see. Dream Warriors is my favorite, but on a vote, the first one is epic. I know a lot of people love Dream Warriors the most. I'm looking forward to watching that one too. I'm looking forward to watching all these because I don't remember them, and especially like Freddy's Dead. Obviously, I hear everybody say that movie's a piece of shit, but I don't even know anything about it. So I'm looking forward to maybe I'll like it. Maybe I'll be the one guy that likes Freddy's Dead.
You'd be the second guy.
You like Freddy's Dead?
I like all of them.
I know, but everybody can say that. Like I like all the Halloweens, but I really don't.
Well, I say I like all the Elm Streets, and I mean it.
That's good to know.
You know?
I can't. Well, yeah, I guess Resurrection's fucking terrible. So I try to like it. I really do.
Well,
you like Rob Zombie's Halloween too, don't you?
Sure. Yeah.
I don't like that movie at all.
Then you don't like all the Halloween films.
Good. So that makes me not a Halloween fanboy, right?
That's up for you to decide if you're a Halloween fanboy or not. You know,
I am. I'm not. I won't lie. I am.
No, the thing about Freddy's Dead is it's very cartoonish. So if you can appreciate that they went that avenue and went for it 100%, then you might get enjoyment out of it. But if that's not what you want from an Elm Street film, then you're gonna enjoy it. But that doesn't mean it's a piece of shit. That just means that you didn't enjoy what they did with the film. You could still call it that, but it's not poorly made. It's a healthy budgeted film. It just, they went very silly purposefully. It's not like it was an accident. They did it on purpose. So if that's not what you want, then no, you're not gonna like it.
Well, let me see. Oh, I'm sorry, Antonis. Honestly, I didn't even see him. Yes, I could see your comments. Thank you for the super chat. Let me see. I remember I saw you talking to somebody else. Which one did I miss? Antonis. Are my comments being blocked? Oh, top 3 favorite kills in the Elm Street franchise. Well, I don't have a list for that yet. So I can't give that. I need to rewatch them before I can give a list of those because I don't remember them. I'm sure you do. But I don't.
There's a
Born to be Rad says, yeah, heck with Rob Zombie's H2. Stick to your guns. I know. I tried to rewatch it. I wanted to have Nick on to freaking do a watch along to that so he can, go over what he loves about it so much, because it isn't for me. I just don't get it. Not that I can have somebody's change my mind. You know what I mean? I don't want them to persuade me to like something that I don't like. I just would like to know exactly what gets you going about whatever particular movie it is. So, let's see. I hear that Born Be Rat Bodies. I have not seen that one. Is that A24 as well?
Yes.
I have not seen that either. I wish I loved Freddy's Revenge as much as Christian, but it needed more Freddy other than the "you got the body, I got the brain" scene and the pool party. The pool party scene's pretty iconic. That's like the one thing I do remember from that movie. And its fucking cinematography is amazing. Oh, a lot of love. People do like Freddy's Dead. Maybe I'm definitely gonna give it a fair shake and see for sure. Let's see what we got. I'm gonna wrap this puppy up. Oh, Mid-Level Media says Bodies is a banger.
I didn't think I would like that, but I actually thought it was a pretty good satirical kind of movie.
I have to give it a shot. I know Pete Davidson's in that one, isn't he? I think.
Oh yeah, he's in it.
I love Pete Davidson. He's so dumb, but he's funny.
He's in it.
He's in it, doing typical Pete Davidson shit, probably. Fright Night. I don't want to embarrass myself, but I just watched Fright Night for the first time 2 days ago.
Very cool. Very cool.
It was. I can't believe I never watched it earlier. It was a really good movie.
It's extremely good. Sequel's great too if you can manage to get your hands on it.
I saw that on there. I wanted to check that out, and I saw the remake. I did see that one. I saw that one before the original.
Was part two streaming somewhere?
Where the fuck did I see that? Because I was gonna click on it, but I wanted to wait because my wife doesn't watch too many of these movies with me, but she did watch Fright Night the other day with me, so I kind of wanted to.
Fright Night is just so damn good. You don't have to be a horror fan to enjoy that one.
And I was wondering why Jerry looked so familiar, and then I looked what he was in and saw Child's Play, and I was like, oh shit, that's where he's from.
Chris Sarandon's legendary actor. Legendary.
It's like he looks so damn familiar.
Yeah, him and Tom Holland had a great relationship. They worked together a number of times.
Child's Play. You a Child's Play guy?
Sure, yeah. Yeah. Well, I like a number of them, for sure.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to say, just like every other franchise, they're not all going to be winners, but most of them are pretty good.
Yeah.
Landfill Joy says Fright Night or Near Dark? Fright Night.
Near Dark.
But I would have to go with Lost Boys over both of them for me.
Near Dark. Near Dark's got the best director. Catherine Bigelow, super talented woman, and the greatest cast of all time. Near Dark.
I just watched that for the first time about a month ago. Had no idea what it was. That's with Lance Henriksen's in there, right?
Lance Henriksen, Bill Paxton. It's just fantastic movie. Tim Thomerson, legendary actor. Fantastic film. Near Dark every day.
Yep, Landfill Joy agrees. Near Dark over all of them. Did you like Never Hike in the Snow? It was okay. It was all right.
I would have not shown Jason's face as a baby, but other than that, I thought it was pretty cool. It's hard to complain about a fan film. Comparatively, it's pretty damn good to a lot of the fan films that you see because they're pretty micro budgeted, just kids having fun. But I thought it's an event when those comes out. I have a good time with them.
Oh man, that's what we and Nick on the other day. We asked him if he partakes in watching fan films, and he said he didn't really watch any of them except for Jason Rising, I think, was the only one that he said he watched.
I haven't seen that one.
I recommend that one. That's my favorite one. But then if I like it a lot, you probably won't. But that's okay. It's fucking weird. We need more women directors like Catherine Bigelow who can explore every genre like her.
She's a fantastic director. So good.
And Movie Watch Daily says, who here has seen the Poultrygeist Night of the Chicken Dead?
I have seen it.
That's a real movie?
Man, you got a lot to explore, brother. Have you gotten into trauma at all?
No, I have
Blood
not.
Kaufman, dude, it's fantastic shit. It's Toxic Avenger.
Okay, besides
Terra Firma is one of the most insane movies you'll ever watch in your entire life. Please check these out. I mean, if you're into just insane filmmaking, Lloyd Kaufman and Troma are the guys for you. I mean, if you think Terrifier 2 is gory and nasty, Troma Troma's it. You gotta get into some of those movies, man. Class of Nukem Highs.
I saw that on there. That was one of the recommended after I watched the Toxic Avenger.
He just had a film come out. He has a film coming out. I don't think it's out yet, but I can't wait. I saw some clips from it. It's called Shakespeare Shitstorm. I can't wait. Absolute legend in the film business. He's literally the last of a dying breed of just pure independence that fund everything himself, like Charlie Band still does. So, yeah, man.
I'm gonna have, man. You keep giving me all these films to watch that I don't have time to watch. The ones I'm gonna have to find some. I usually watch them, but like I said, I watch some of them in the morning before my kids, after I put the kids on the bus, and then I watch the other ones at night when the wife falls asleep, and I watch some of them. Maybe that's why I don't appreciate a lot of these movies, because I have to split them up, and then I don't get like the full, experience. Maybe that's a reason why I don't like some of these movies that a lot of people really dig. Thanksgiving, yeah, killer fucking turkey. Love it. Let me see. About to get Mike Johnson. Hey, Matt and Christian. I love Halloween Ends, and my top 5 Nightmare on Elm Street movies are number 1, Dream Warriors. Number 2,
Nice.
Freddy vs. Jason, and Part 4.
Very cool. Very, very cool. That's awesome.
A lot of love for Troma down there, man. I'm a lifelong Troma fan.
Yes.
I'll have to watch them. Return to Nukem High. That look interesting.
Please do. Please do.
I'm gonna have to go. There's more than one Toxic Avenger, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a number of them.
I remember watching that as a kid for some reason. I don't know why I would have watched it, but I do. And then rewatching it, damn, that movie's actually pretty sick. And like, they run that little kid over on the bike, and then they just keep fucking hitting him. And I was like, that really just happened in a movie?
There's nobody like Lloyd Kaufman, man. He just made movies that he makes those movies that other people would say, wouldn't it be crazy if we did something like, oh, I know, but we can't do that. Well, Lloyd does it. Lloyd does all of it. So, and he's just kind of grandfathered in. He can't be canceled. He does whatever he wants. He's been around for he's a legend. He's still with us too. God bless Lloyd Kaufman.
Good for him, because other people try to do that and they get canceled immediately. That's good.
He does whatever he wants.
That's the way it should be. And if people don't like it, that's cool too. If they love it, awesome. But don't need to censor shit and cancel people. But that's the way we live in now. So that's just how it goes.
That's it.
Antonia says my number 1 favorite Elm Street movie is the remake. Yes, I am serious. Don't go hating on me. Come on.
Right on.
No hate. That's the one thing that I always say. Like what you like. If you don't like it, that's cool. Just don't treat the people that do like it like shit. That's the way it should be. CHH, what's the status on Mist vs. Fog? Still 2024 rumor?
I really hope that movie happens. That would be the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Mist vs. the Fog.
The whole movie is just can't see anything.
Where does one end and one begin? You just don't know. Christian, have you been working out? You're looking kind of ripped.
No, I don't work. I run. I've been working out nothing.
He's been working. Ah, fuck. All right, man. I really, like I said before, I really do appreciate you coming on and hanging out and kind of semi-watching Nightmare on Elm Street while talking other stuff, but that's usually the way these things go, to be honest. But I had a good time.
Oh, I soaked it all in, man. I watched the whole damn thing. I'm good.
I watched it too. We just didn't talk about it, but that's okay because obviously most people have seen A Nightmare on Elm Street, so they really didn't need a, refresher. Let me see. Respect the random, even though Halloween 5 is in my bottom 5. I'm happy you enjoy. Halloween 5's weird, but I do find enjoyment out of it for sure. Austin says, Fauci, do you like the Maniac Cop films? Yes, I do.
There you go.
I prefer the second one. It's probably my favorite, but I do like them all.
Good deal.
They're good shit. And his chin is humongous, so good for him.
Robert Starr.
God, it's huge. It's a good movie. I liked it. Just watched those for the first time not too long ago either, so they're good.
Awesome. It's great stuff.
It really is. I got a list of stuff to watch because of you. I'm going to do my best to check out some of it and let you know what I think. Hopefully, I find enjoyment out of it, but if I don't, that's okay too. Appreciate you coming on, hanging out for a little bit. Really do. It was nice to have you. Finally get you on.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Definitely, hopefully, do it in the future. And that's all I got for tonight, guys. So, if you're watching after the fact, do you guys like Nightmare on Elm Street? Let your rating down below. Really greatly appreciate it. If you haven't already, definitely click the like on the video. Helps me out a lot. And subscribe if you are new. And I will see you guys in the next one, which probably will be maybe Freddy's Revenge next week. But I think I'm going to take Christian's advice and watch it on my own before doing a watch along. Otherwise, I'll just we'll ignore the movie. So good call.
Well, it's not that it's soak yourself into the movie, like, because you really gotta hear it.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta get immersed in it. So watch it before you do your commentary, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, familiarize yourself with it beforehand and let it soak in, because you gotta hear the score in part 2. You gotta get the ambiance of it.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I'm telling you, I'm a big 2. Part 2 is the real deal.
That's what I've been hearing, and I'm definitely looking. Maybe I might watch that maybe this weekend. Dive into that. I would like to finish Terrifier 2 first, because sick of people talking about it, and I don't know what happens. So
maybe you'll get a few extra hours. You could finish that.
Clear my schedule for the next fucking 3 years.
Yeah, take off work to finish it.
That's what I'll do. I'll call off tomorrow. Sorry, I can't come in. I'm finishing Terrifier 2.
Finishing Terrifier 2. Oh, no problem. See you next week.
I'll be like, what is that again? That's what happened in my movie theater. I said, you guys aren't playing Terrifier 2, are you? They're like, what? They said, what is that? I was like, never mind.
I'm surprised, man. I got it near me, and I don't live in civilization,
Maybe I think it ain't that far away. Probably like an hour and a half, but I didn't feel like driving an hour and a half, and I didn't have time to do it. So waited till it came on Screenbox.
I hear you.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
All right, man. Appreciate it. You have a good night, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, guys.
Peace.
Take it easy.